So people think of all data like large databases, where data will fall nicely into rows, fields, columns. So when you think of big data, often people just visualize a huge, nicely organized database. But in realist terms, there's quite a lot of data that doesn't fit in that model. So data is described as one of two forms. You might have heard me reference these in more than one video at this point. So you've got either structured data or unstructured data, both of which you can have big data sets that contain both. But data in itself falls under one format. So you've got structured data, which is data that you could easily store using traditional database techniques. So that means they could easily be categorized and assigned fields, columns. So you could split data about a person into, I don't know, eye color, hair color, age, date of birth, that sort of stuff. That's all known as structured data. But you've also got huge amounts of unstructured data. So that's data which, okay, see, I've got a spelling mistake there, but I apologize for that. It should be data. Unstructured data, which is data that cannot be defined by columns and rows. So things like multimedia data, web pages, contents of emails, and documents, they're all examples of there's huge data sets out there of big data that contain all of this stuff. Think of Facebook, YouTube, all of the multimedia data that's stored there. But it can be difficult to categorize those data. And if it's difficult to categorize it, it's also difficult to analyze it. All right, it's really easy to analyze a nicely structured set of structured data that's in a database style form. It's easy to do queries and analyze that data. But when you've got unstructured data in there as well, or you've got a big data set of just unstructured data, analyzing it becomes much more difficult. Okay, so you've got the two types you need to know about is you've got structured data and unstructured data.